Joe Biden, the more sane Republican in the race. So if you're a Republican and you're sick of Donald Trump, I think you can take a good look at Joe Biden and be like, you know, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a progressive, but Joe Biden is about as right-wing as the Democrats go. He's even right to Hillary Clinton, which is astonishing, really. And, you know, I think Donald Trump holds down the base, the GOP base, about 80%, between 80 and 85%, which he has slipped. It was like 92% last I looked. But, you know, there's definitely 10 to 20% of the GOP base who is just done with Donald Trump. And they're sick of him, they're sick of the nonsense, they're sick of the insanity, not knowing what's happening day to day, the uncertainty, the stock market, how he's handled COVID, you know, the list literally goes on and on. So I think, like, if Republicans are willing to reason honestly, they can look at Joe Biden and be like, you know, Joe's a pretty right-wing guy for a Democrat. You know, whether it's the crime bill, whether it's right-wing economics, austerity, Joe Biden is basically a center-right, Reagan-esque Republican. That's just how I see him. I think a lot of people see him that way. But it just might work. Like, independents are really done with Donald Trump. Last I looked, independents had over 70% disapproval rating for Donald Trump, the way he's handled COVID and the stock market. Over 70%. Now, listen, we know independents swing the election one way or the other. In 2016, they swung for Trump. This time, that ain't happening. That ain't happening at all. When 3/4 of independents, which is the largest voting bloc in America, aren't for Trump anymore, he's done. He really is done. Like, it's hard to really process because the guy seems like he is made of Teflon. Like, nothing sticks to this guy ever. And he's invincible, and no matter what, no one will turn on him. But that's really not the case. His poll numbers are genuinely horrible. So, but that, besides the point, I really think Republicans, a good chunk of them, are going to look at Joe Biden and say, you know, this guy's like a Reagan-style Republican. He's a center-right Republican on a lot of things that I support. So, and as we know, the Democrats play to the Republicans. They don't play to progressives. So the pitch with Joe Biden is a pitch to Republicans. Because if they want to look at him honestly and stop being, you know, partisans, Republicans will see themselves in Joe Biden on many, many issues. And that's not a compliment. But however, I think that is reality. And I forecast 10 to 20% of the GOP base voting for Joe Biden. Just because, you know, Joe Biden is a right-winger. The furthest left Joe Biden is a centrist. The furthest left. He is no progressive. He has, you know, some clout with a handful of unions. But other than that, he's against Medicare for all. He got rated a D when it came to the Green New Deal. You know, he wants $12 minimum wage instead of $15. He's an incrementalist, and you know, it's an old school way to do things in Washington that the American people are just done with on so many things because they're not working out. You have 40 million people in poverty pre-COVID. Now you have a lot more than that now. You know, this right-wing economic system that screws over workers isn't cutting it anymore. People want a living wage. They want Medicare for all. We just don't want it to do things like we used to do. But with Joe Biden, you're going to get that. You're going to get exactly that. You're going to get incrementalism. You're going to get center-right policies. But you're going to get rid of Donald Trump. That's it. The only equity I see in voting for Joe Biden is getting rid of Donald Trump. And if it is Joe Biden, I live in a swing state. I am going to be voting for Joe Biden because there is value in getting rid of Joe Biden, even though none of my policy items will be addressed by Joe Biden at all. But we have to work against this rigged system. We have to keep working and we have to take to the streets for Medicare for all. We have to take to the streets for a Green New Deal. You see, things didn't end with Bernie Sanders. I'm getting a little bit upset with people who see Bernie as some sort of savior. Bernie was just ringing the alarm bell. Bernie was just pointing us in the direction. Bernie was just getting the ball rolling. You understand? It's only begun with Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is a starting point. He is not the end all because he's out of the race. This has just started. So if Joe Biden gets in there, guess what? You go to the streets. Medicare for all, Green New Deal, Fight for 15, UBI, working class policies, you take to the streets. Because this has just started. I'm getting sick and tired of progressives putting everything on Bernie Sanders. He's literally one person. Literally one person, one amazing person who has reset the boundaries of discourse in America, and I love him for it. We owe him a debt of gratitude. And I'm upset with him on a few fronts, but it doesn't matter. I see the big picture. I'm a big picture person. And now that Bernie has been priceless for the things that are going to come. But we have to work for it. We still have to work for it, guys. Stop relying on Bernie. Stop relying on other people. We got to do this ourselves.